Okay, find a position that works for you where you can just get a little bit comfortable. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through your spine. Quite often we'll lean forward slightly. So just sit back so you can just feel your sit bones having that contact with the ground. Palms resting in your lap. And gently close your eyes. So here is where we just do that first connection, that awareness with ourselves, with our breath, noticing again how we feel. You can move the head left to right, just get some movement in the neck. You can roll the shoulders, allow the elbows to have a little bit of weight in them so that your shoulders are relaxed. Taking another breath here. So close your eyes. Take that invitation today to move with your breath, to deepen the breath as we move. And the breath is a real indicator on how we're feeling or if we're pushing ourselves too far. So really pay attention to the breath throughout. From here, we're going to start to deepen the breath. So inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. You can really start to make an audible breath here. So breathing in, breathing out. On the next breath in, we'll breathe in through the nose. And as we breathe out, we're going to make a shh sound. So breathing in, breathing out. As we do, pulling the navel in towards the spine. One more, breathe in, breathing out. Pause here, go back to your natural rhythm. And then we're slowly going to bring the hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. From here, just allow the hands to either be relaxed, so the arms can be soft, or maybe you start to push the hands into each other so you have active arms, deciding on what you feel like you need today. Take another breath. On your next exhale, bowing your chin to your chest, your head to your hands. Honouring each other, honouring ourselves, and the universe throughout this whole practice. Inhale, lifting the head back up. Exhale, we're going to make our way over onto all fours. So coming round onto all fours, just allow yourself to arrive, have that connection with the hands, with the knees and the top of the feet. So you can take up a little bit more space here if you want to. And then settle in here. So just allow yourself to push away with the hands. Okay, so what I want you to do is have those firm foundations. Okay, you're noticing the top of your feet pushing down. You're pushing away, front of the body up towards the back of the body. Inhale, dropping the belly, gaze comes forward, really starting to open up through the heart, through the chest. Exhale, chin comes in towards the chest, rounding through into our cat pose, pushing away. 3 more, inhale. And exhaling. Just keep that going with your breath. Finding some softness here. Finding some movement. Lovely. Inhaling into our happy cat. Exhaling into our sad cat. Inhale back to that neutral position. So here, bringing the front body up towards the back of the body, so navel draws in. I want you to bump your hips to the right side and then just gently look over the left. Come back through centre, bump the hips to the left side and look over the right. Back through centre, inhale, drop the tummy, gazing forward into our cow pose. Exhale, shifting back, shift all the way back, coming into a child pose variation. So hands are still reaching forward, maybe the hips are reaching all the way back towards the heels. Get a little bit of gentle movement here through the head, through the neck. Active hands. Inhale, coming back up. Coming all the way into our cow pose. Exhale, curl the toes under, rounding through into our cat. And then I want you to hover your knees. Your knees are going to come off the ground. So they're not high, okay? They're just like about an inch off the floor, gazing down between the space in the thumbs, or between the thumbs, sorry. Take another breath here. Rotate those inner elbow creases forward. Inhale, lift those hips. Exhale, coming into our downward dog. Okay, take a moment here. This is the first downward dog. So we're rooting through the hands, lifting the hips, pushing away with the hands and away with the heels. So you want to imagine you're trying to push the hands towards the front of your mat and the heels towards the back. Have soft knees here. This is the first downward dog today. So just get a little bit of movement, some organic movement. So you decide what works for you. You can bend one knee, straighten the other. Just move. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees. Shift the hips back, keeping the toes curled under. Again, coming into this child pose variation. Inhale, coming back up all the way into our cow pose. Exhale, rounding through, hover knees, keeping that roundness through the back, chin in towards the chest. Take another breath. Inhale, lift those hips. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here. On your next exhale, lower your knees down towards the floor. Inhale into our cow pose. Take a little bit of weight out of these hands. Allow the elbows to soften. Exhale, chin draws in towards the chest, rounding through your back. Again, hover the knees. Imagine that you're trying to push your heels away from you, hands away from you. Active here. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, downward dog. Take another breath. Hips are reaching up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Melting heart back towards the thighs. Inhale, bend the knees. Look forward towards the front and make your way up towards the front. So taking some small steps, or 1, 2, all the way up, forward fold. Releasing the head down. Have some soft knees here. Come off the hands. Bring the hands to the opposite elbow. So you create like this frame for your head as you drop the head down. And just gently swinging left to right. So have soft knees, just allowing the shoulders to relax, allowing the head to relax here. Lovely. Take another breath. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, you're going to tuck the chin into the chest so you can roll all the way up. All the way till you come into standing. Reach those hands up above your head, taking that full length, lifting the toes. So you can just find that awareness through the feet, spread those toes, and then replant the toes back onto the mat. Take a bit of space in the hands. So imagine that you've got a beach ball or something in your hands here, so really open up through the chest. Rooting down through the feet. You're going to take this beach ball over to the right. So reaching over with the hands, bumping those hips to the left. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, bumping the hips to the right, reaching through the left. Navel draws in. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, slowly coming down into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time I want you to bring your hands to your shins. I want you to roll your shoulders back and imagine that you're pushing your shins into your hands and your hands into your shins. So you have this bit of resistance here. Start to just lengthen through the spine, drawing navel in towards the spine. Gazing out just gently in front, not too far off the mat. Take another breath here. On your next exhale, folding down. Inhale, hands come left to right, reaching all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lifting the arms, beach ball overhead. Exhale, tilting over towards the right. So hands right, hips to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, half lift. Again, hands come to the shins. Roll the shoulders back. Bend the knees as much as you need to here and have that resistance. Take a breath. Navel draws in. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, hands come left to right. All the way up. Exhale, hands down to heart. Inhale, reaching up, beach ball over the head, last time. Exhale, one way. Inhale, back up. Exhale, the other way. Inhale, back up. Exhale, this time, just allow yourself to fold, a bit like a rag doll, folding all the way down. This time, inhale, hands all the way up to the thighs. Bend the knees, roll the shoulders back. Navel draws in, gazing out in front just slightly. Exhale, forward fold. From here, you're going to plant your hands. You're going to step your right foot back and lower your right knee down to the ground. Okay. From here, inhale, reaching up. Low crescent lunge. So again, find this foundation. So we've been working on this in the last few sessions we've been doing. So just allow yourself to roll those shoulders back a little bit so you're opening up. And then draw the pinkies in towards each other to spread open those shoulder blades left to right. Navel draws in, having this awareness. From here, you're going to exhale, hands come down to the floor. And as they come down to the floor, you're going to shift your hips back, bringing the left toes towards your face. You can come onto the top of that back foot, and then just gently folding forwards. If you bring your hands closer to you, the stretch is less. If you have your hands further away, the stretch is a bit more. You want to imagine that you're tugging this left hip back. But we're not coming all the way back here, we're keeping those hips stacked. Take one more breath here. Nose towards the knee. Again, it doesn't have to touch the knee, it's just that intention. Rolling forward on that front foot. Plant the right hand. Inhale, lift the left hand up. Exhale, left hand comes down. Shifting back into our downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale again. Exhale, lower knees down. Inhale into our cow pose. Exhale, rounding through chin to chest. Start to hover those knees, pushing away. Gazing down. Take another breath here. And then inhale, lifting the hips. Exhale, arriving downward dog. Take a breath. You can adjust the hips left to right. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Empty it out. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend the knees, look forward towards the front and make your way up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Your choice, shins or thighs. Exhale, rolling back down here. Inhale, hands come left to right. Reaching the hands all the way up. Keeping the hands lifted. Inhale. Exhale, reach to one side of the hands. Inhale, coming back. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, folding all the way down. Again, that halfway lift. Nice, flat back. Exhale, folding back down. This time, plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Lower the left knee. Find that connection as you inhale and open up. So from here, quite often we'll sort of drop. Want you to have this awareness, bringing everything in, stacking everything up. Pinkies turning towards each other. Take another breath. Settle in. It's quite hot in here now. Breathe deep. Again, if you need to let out some heat, that sound on the exhale just releases the heat out of the body. From here, we're going to come into those half splits. So exhale, bringing the hands down to frame the foot, and then shifting hips back, lifting the right toes, and then folding forward on an exhale over that right leg. Find some movement. Remember, this is your home practice, your yoga practice. So you decide what you need. Full breath. Inhale, rolling back through. Plant the hand, take the right hand up, take up space. Exhale, hand comes down to the floor. From here, you're going to step your left foot up to the front this time to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, root down through the feet, bend the knees, pushing away with the feet, reaching the hands all the way up, left to right. Exhale, hands to heart. Allow your hands just to be by your side now. Close your eyes just briefly, we're not here for long. But I want you to just feel what's going on in the body. So we're standing still, but you will be able to feel movement in your body. The muscles, the breath, the fascia. Just notice what's going on. Maybe you can feel that heart beating against your chest. One more breath here. Soft knees. Inhale, reach the arms up. And again, beach ball overhead. Exhale, one side. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the other side. Notice now whether you've got a bit more length here through the side of the body. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, palms come together. And imagine that you're slicing all the way down through the middle as you come into a forward fold. Soft bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. From here, you're going to step your right foot back now. You can either do what we did before and lower right knee down to the ground, or keep this right knee lifted now. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, just settle in. So use that exhale to ground. So bend into that front knee. Bend into this back knee, and then push that back heel away when you've stacked everything up on top of each other. Navel draws in. Active through the legs. I can certainly feel it in my legs today. Take a breath. So if you're at home practicing with the kids, you might have done Joe Wicks's PE workout yesterday. That was fun. Quite hard work, but fun. So as we arrive here, just notice what's going on in the body. Okay, we're going to repeat what we did a moment ago with half splits, but it's a little bit different. So inhale, take this length. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands down to the floor. I then want you to inhale, lift your hips, lift your left toes towards your face. your right heel is coming up. So we're really lifting through the legs, folding forwards over towards that left knee. Exhale, bend into that front leg, gazing forwards. Inhale here. Exhale, start to roll back, lifting left toes towards the face. Heel comes off, exhale, folding over this knee. Inhale, exhale to bend into that front leg. We're going to move now. Exhale, shifting, nose towards the knee. Coming back down. So move with the breath. Okay, so you have a choice. You could inhale here, open up through the chest, or maybe you inhale here to create length through the legs, bringing nose towards knee. For me, I like to exhale here. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rolling forwards on that left foot. Plant that right hand. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Lift these hips when you're lifting up. So we're not sinking down here. We're having a little bit of lift. Exhale, left hand comes down. From here, we're going to step the left foot back. Coming into our down dog. And then shifting forwards into our plank pose. Push away from the floor. You can be on your knees here. This is fine. Still have this awareness through the front body, pushing towards the back body. Take another breath. If you're in full plank, push those heels away from you. And then everybody exhale, elbows draw in, lower all the way down to the floor. Come onto the top of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Two more. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. This time, hover the hands. See how far you come up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, roll those shoulders. Maybe you come up a little bit higher this time. Exhale, folding back down. Curl the toes under. Either push back to knees or power up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Relaxing through the head. Pedal the feet. Get some movement here, whatever you need. Bit of a dance with the legs if you want to. Just stretching it out. And then again, come to stillness. We use those inhales to invite the breath, the energy, prana into the body. And we use the exhales to empty out, to soften, to let go. One more here. Bend the knees, look forward towards the front, and make your way up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, hands come left to right, reaching all the way up. Exhale, beach ball over towards the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, folding all the way back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. This time, plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Coming into our lunge on this side. So feel free if you want to lower this back knee, do. And we can repeat what we did before here. If you want a little bit more, root down through that back heel. So imagine you're pushing the heel away, rooting down through that front foot. You're going to inhale, lifting up into our high lunge. Again, check in. Use that exhale to just bring everything together, stacking everything up, and then have that awareness, pushing the heel away, rooting down through the front. Hands come up, rotate those shoulders, so bringing the pinkies towards each other. Settle in. Navel draws in. Maybe even close your eyes, depending on how your balance is. So that does change things. One more breath. Then we're going to exhale, bring the hands down, framing this foot. So just like before, you're going to inhale, lift your right toes towards your face, straighten through both legs, left heel lifts, folding over that right knee. Exhale, coming into our runner's lunge. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, runner's lunge. And keep that going with your breath. This is too much, lower the knees and just go back to the half splits we did at the beginning. So this movement. Really feeling that breath in the body, invite that breath in. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lowering down. Left hand comes to the floor, lower left knee if you want to. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, and as you do, lift those hips. Take some length here. Exhale, right hand comes down, stepping the right foot back. Coming into our downward dog. Inhale, shifting forwards into plank. From here, we're either going to lower all the way down to the floor or lower halfway. You can then come onto the top of your mat, top of your feet. Inhale into up dog. Open up through the chest. Exhale, either lower knees here or move through plank. And then we'll all meet back in downward dog. Take a moment in down dog. On your next exhale, lower the knees down. Shifting the hips back. Either keep the hands forward or we're going to come all the way back into child's pose. Forehead comes down to the floor. Shoulders relax and round. Take some conscious breaths here. So feel the back of the body expanding, the tummy expanding onto the thighs. So imagine that 360 breath. We're breathing into the whole of the body, whole of the torso, expansion. Take another couple of breaths here. Notice how you're feeling in the body. If you feel like it's too congested, then keep the big toes to touch and widen the knees and come into an extended child's pose. So just see how you are, see how you're feeling. Notice that heat that you've generated. Take another breath here. Okay, on your next inhale, reaching your hands forward. So slowly going to move yourself up into all fours. And then we're going to come into our downward facing dog. Okay, so we are going to do a little bit of core work here. Okay, you can do this on your knees. Okay, it's a little bit, for me, I find it a little bit more restricted. Okay, but we're going to come up into down dog and I will show you that way first. So planting through your hands, curl the toes under, push away with your hands. So your hands are pushing towards the back, heels towards the front, sorry, heels towards the back. And then you start to lift your hips up, coming into this down dog position. I want you to anchor down through your left heel, left foot. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, as high as it can go. You're then going to shift forward and exhale. Bring your right knee towards your left elbow, then your left wrist, right elbow, send it back up. One more. Inhale here. Exhale, shifting forward. Left elbow, left wrist, right elbow, right wrist, sorry. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, release right leg down. Pedal the feet. Going to the other side. Anchor down through that right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up behind you. Exhale, left knee towards right elbow, right wrist, left elbow, back into our three-legged dog. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward. Left knee to right elbow, right wrist, left elbow, reaching back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shifting forward into plank or kneeling plank. Lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale into cobra. Exhale back down. Inhale again, roll those shoulders back, open up through the chest. Exhale back down. Planting the pelvis on the floor, forehead comes to the mat. I'm just going to turn my head to the side of it so you can hear me. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing down to the floor, anchoring down through that pelvis. So I really want you to notice this root here. This is going to be your anchor, okay? Take a couple of breaths. Find ways to soften. Then on your next exhale, I want you to really push through that pelvis. On your inhale, you're going to lift the hands, lift the feet, and maybe the knees lift too, and just gently gazing towards the front of your mat. So we're not looking here, we're just out in front. Take another breath here, strong, building those muscles in the back of the body. Exhale to soften. Bringing the hands round to the front. Take a full breath, and then slowly peel yourself back up onto all fours. Just walk your knees in briefly. That's shifting back onto the knees. If this isn't comfortable, come to a comfortable seat, or you can be here kneeling. Taking that breath. So I want you to close your eyes. Notice that activation that you've done in your core. You will feel like you need to let a little bit of heat out. Palms face up. Inviting that energy, that lightness into the body. Connecting to your breath. So remembering that your breath is your guide. Can you soften that breath? Can you find that ease again? Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out SH through the mouth. Nobody can hear you, so be as loud as you want. 2 more. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Last one, breathe in. Breathing out. Dropping chin to chest. Slowly allow your hands to just come to your thighs. Then we're going to roll forward. Bring the hands back to the earth. Start to lift yourself back up. Curl the toes under just briefly to lift the hips. So you can then bend your knees. Take a walk up towards the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding back down. Plant the hands, step the right foot back. Inhale into our high lunge. Exhale, hands come down, frame the foot. Lifting those toes on the inhale, coming back to this pyramid variation. Exhale, bending the front knee. Inhale, lifting arms back up. Exhale, warrior 2. So pivot that back foot, anchoring through that front foot. Take a breath here. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Right hand comes to the back of the right leg, reaching left arm up. Exhale, left elbow comes to left knee. Either reach the right hand up here or over the top of the head. So you decide. And we're going to get some movement in here. So we're going to inhale all the way back. Peaceful warrior. Exhale into our side angle. Inhale. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. So the legs are rooted. It's just the upper body that's moving. Inhale back. Exhale, side angle. Last time. Inhale back. Peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Really reach with that right hand. Then pivot the back foot. Bring the right hand down to the floor. Inhale, open up through that left arm, lifting those left, or lifting the hip, the left hip up. Exhale, left hand comes down. Shifting back, left foot goes back to meet the right, and then coming forward into our plank pose. Elbows drawing, you can be kneeling. Exhale, either all the way or halfway chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, plank, and then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath. Empty it out. Bend the knees, look forward towards the front. Make your way up towards the front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come down, frame that foot. Inhale, lift the right toes up towards the face, lifting the hips, folding over that right leg. Exhale, dropping the right foot back down. Inhale, reaching hands up. Exhale, pivot the foot, coming into our warrior two on this side. So settle in, notice if you feel like you're leaning forward here. We want to try and stack the body over center. Roll those shoulders back. Find the foundation here. Settle in, relax through the shoulders. Navel draws in. Gazing over towards that front hand. Inhale. Peaceful warrior. Left hand rests on the back of the left leg. Exhale, right elbow comes down to right knee. From here, reach with that left hand, either up towards the ceiling or towards the front of the mat. Just decide or be aware that you're not dropping in here, so just have that length. Push away with that right elbow. Take a breath. And then we're going to flow. Inhale, coming all the way, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Keep that going with your breath. Rooting down through the feet. One more. From here, really reach with that left hand, then pivot the back foot, plant the left hand down, lower the left knee if you need to, or keep that length. Inhale, open up, right arm up towards the ceiling, lift that right hip. Last vinyasa. Exhale, right hand comes down. Step the right foot back, shifting forward into plank. Exhale, either lower all the way down to cobra or halfway chaturanga into upward facing dog. Exhale, lower the knees. Shifting back, big toes come to touch. Knees go wide. Shift the hips all the way back. Bringing the forehead down to the earth. And take a rest here. So if this isn't comfortable, you can come into a puppy posture, but you're still on the knees, arms reach forward, hips remain high, and you're melting your heart down. You can be here. So we're going to take a few breaths here. Breathing in, emptying it out. 4 more. Notice that breath. And as you breathe in, slowly start to roll back up. From here, you're going to bring the knees in towards the center, just to spin the legs round, and then to come all the way back into our restorative resting pose. Coming back onto your mat, so feeling your feet on the floor, knees bent, the back of your body in contact with the ground. Close your eyes here. So we like to call this restorative resting pose, where you can just be here for a moment. Notice how you feel. Notice the energy that you've created. Take another breath. Just going to do a little bit more on the core here, but mindful core. Okay, so we're moving with the breath. I want you to interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head. So you've got like this custom-made pillow for your head and neck. Settle in. Find your awareness of your lower back. So as you breathe out, just tilt the pelvis. So you're going to tilt the pelvis up. And by tilting the pelvis up, you find that connection with the lower back. From here, we're going to inhale, elbows left to right. We want to keep the space. Exhale, lifting head and shoulders off the ground. Keep the gaze up towards the ceiling. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Just keep that movement with your breath. That awareness through the tummy. Really breathing out deep into the belly. Three more. And then exhale, release. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Allow the knees to drop left to right. Coming into our Supta Baddha Konasana. Okay, our reclined cobbler's pose. So just allow yourself to arrive here first of all. You can release your hands from the back of your head and just allow them to rest on your thighs. Notice how this feels. Okay, this restful pose. And then we're going to activate again here. So you're going to reach your hands forward. Again, imagine that beach ball that we had up overhead. Okay, I want you to imagine you've got hold of this beach ball here. Okay, you're going to inhale, take your arms back behind you. Exhale, as the hands start to come up, you're going to lift and reach between your legs. So keeping the arms wide. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, reaching forwards. Crunching through the tummy. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, forward. Keep that going with your breath. Two more. And then inhale, reaching back, slowly bringing the hands back down to your thighs, resting them here, keeping the knees wide just for a moment. Take a full breath. Hands reaching forward now in between the legs. Inhale. Start to lift up through the head, looking forward towards your feet. And you're just gently going to pulse with the hands. So just allow the arms to move. You're pulsing through the tummy here. Taking a breath. You're then going to flip the hands over to the left side. So your left knee is going to come over to the right, and you're going to pulse over towards your left hip. Using these obliques down the side of your body. Just gentle pulses. Try and not cause any tension in your neck. So try and have a soft neck here. One more. Inhale back to center. Pulse here. Soften through the shoulders. Flip left, right knee over towards the left. And now you're going to pulse over towards this right hip. Using these obliques inside your body. Imagine you're trying to crunch your ribs towards your hips. One more here. Coming back, reach, and then exhale, release. Reaching the hands back behind you. Take a full breath. Slowly bring your knees back in. From here, I want you to bring the knees in towards the chest and then wrap your hands around the knees. Just gently shifting your legs left to right. Just some gentle movement in here. Lovely. From here, bringing your hands on the inside of your legs. So start to bring your feet up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands on the inside of your legs. If you can't reach your feet, okay, maybe just do one leg at a time. So you can have left hand reaching towards the left outside of your left foot. If that's too much, you can hold on to your shins. You can hold on to the knees here, the calves like this. If you're able to reach your feet, send your hands on the inside of your legs. Hands come to the outside of the feet. Okay? You're then going to find your lower back on the floor. Start to lift one leg and the other. What happens here, when we come into this happy baby pose, is quite often we sort of lift the tailbone up off the floor. We want the tailbone to imagine that it's pulling towards the front of our mat. The soles of the feet are pushing against the hands, like you're pushing against the ceiling. Elbows soft, relaxed onto the legs. Imagine that the knees are towards the armpits. Come into this position, happy baby pose. Take a breath here. If you're not here, you can be here. And the joy is being at home. We can be in this position. It's quite nice to be in this position at home than it is in a public yoga class. But just take a moment here. It's really calming for the mind. Find the breath. And then I want you to bend through that right knee and start to extend through that left leg. Then bend into the left knee and start to extend through the right. So if you're holding onto your shins, you could be here. Just gently bending and straighten. We're just moving left to right, just getting a little bit of a stretch in here. Even it out wherever you are. And then slowly coming back. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees, bringing your knees back in towards each other. Slowly on an exhale, curl your nose up towards your knees. You can hold on to your feet, to the outside edge of your feet, flexing through the toes. Maybe you're here in this like hedgehog pose. And then exhale, soften. Bringing the feet to the ground. Sending the right leg long. Bringing left knee in towards your chest. Hugging left knee in. Create some circles with that left knee, just stretching around. And then bringing left knee back in towards the chest. Right hand holds onto the outside of the left knee. Left hand comes to the floor, and you're just gently going to bring your left knee over towards the right side. Careful that you're not lifting through this left shoulder and coming all the way over like this. Trying to root down through the shoulders, and it's the twist in the waist. So this is really detoxifying. It's like a rinse for those internal organs, for the digestive system. A great boost for the immunity system, okay, your immune system. And we can all do with that at the moment. So these flows are really good to get all the systems of the body working and detoxifying. Take another breath here. Really settle in and close your eyes. Find some softness. Slowly rolling back through center. Releasing the left foot down to the earth. Send the left leg away from you. May feel very different to the right leg at the moment. And then bring in the right knee in towards your chest. And we're just going to repeat. So just give that right knee a hug. Then create some circles with that right knee, going one way, going the other. Just some movement. And then again, left hand comes on the outside of the right knee, right arm comes to the floor, and you're going to gently bring the right knee, over to the left side. Take your gaze over to the right, so you have this twist inside of the body, knees to the left, gaze to the right, shoulders in contact with the ground. And then soften. Find ways to soften. Soften through the feet, soften through the legs. Quite often we'll be gripping here. And find the breath. Notice how you feel. Coming back through center. Releasing the right leg down. Bending the left knee. Finding the connection with the soles of the feet on the ground. Your hands can rest on your hips or on the floor. We're just going to go through 3 bridge poses before we come into Shavasana. Find that connection, pelvic tilts up, so you can find your lower back on the earth. And then inhale, start to lift the hips. You don't have to come high. Exhale, lower and back down. Maybe you can invite the arms in as well. You can inhale, lift the hips, taking the arms all the way back above the head. Exhale, down. Last time. Inhale, lift, full expression. Take that breath. Exhale, release. Release everything. So your right leg goes long, your left leg goes long. Take up space. I'm extremely hot in here. It's quite nice, added to the detox. But take up space, especially if your body is hot, okay, depending on where you've practiced this morning. And taking up space allows us to really soften the body. When everything's in, we sort of end up holding everything. When we take up space, we can soften. You can be here and relax, surrender. There's nothing else we can do but surrender at the moment. Surrender to what's been given to us, what we've been told to do. So we do, we have to surrender, we have to find joy in what we have. So maybe on this journey together with the whole world, maybe we're about to find that connection back to ourselves again, back to what matters, back to what we love. Again, using that out breath to soften, to empty out. Giving yourself thanks. Today's practice was supposed to have some softness in it, so I hope you found those areas. But also it was about us building slowly that strength, that flow, that heat. So some of the poses, some of the things we did could have been challenging, and however you approach them, however you got through the practice, you need to give yourself thanks for that. Thanks for being able to move. Thanks for us all coming together to practice some yoga. Take another breath here. Exhale to empty out. Bending the knees, getting some movement in. Slowly rolling over onto one side. And we'll pause just briefly. Start to open your eyes again if you haven't already. And then using your upper arm or your top arm just to push yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Where we'll all meet. Again, just notice, close your eyes briefly. How does this position feel now compared to when we started? Full breath in, reaching the hands left to right. Hands come together. Exhale, hands all the way down to the heart center. To always have kind and loving intentions. Hands to the mouth for kind and loving words. And hands to the third eye, the space in between the brows. To always have kind and loving thoughts to yourself, to those around you, and the rest of the world. Take it easy. Thank you for coming to practice with me, with each other. Namaste.